everybody, it's Christy back with another video, and today is another installment in the dot card project. So today we are going to talk about the Royal Talens Van Gogh watercolor paints. There is a 72 swatch paper here, and we are going to go over all of it, all of the colors, and I am so excited about it. What I'm not excited about is the fact that I already filmed this once when this swatch card was not touched. And now I can't show it to you because it's already done. And the filming and the footage got ruined because my camera wasn't on. So unfortunately, I can't show you the dot card because it's already filled out, and where's the fun in that? But what I will do is talk about what inspired me to get this dot card and why I really wanted to dive into these paints. I have been interested in the Van Gogh watercolors for a while. They are one of the more affordable sets that exists on Amazon that I would consider to be an artist-ish grade paint. So I definitely think they are higher quality than a Cotman paint, but they are a nice, friendly price. I put them in the De La Rowney Aquafine category. So here is the set that I was gifted for Christmas or my birthday. I can't remember which. I think it was Christmas. This is their botanical set. I will link it below on Amazon. That's where it came from. And I will link the dot card below as well. Full disclosure, my Amazon links are affiliate links and it's no extra cost to you. But if you happen to click and buy something, it will help the channel out, which is awesome. So here is the botanical set, and I'm going to go ahead and pull my swatch card for that as well. So I did a swatch for this. Let me find it. Here it is. So here are the colors that are in this botanical set. You've got 24 colors. You've got a really nice arrangement of pinks and purples and some really nice, beautiful warm colors. The cool colors other than the purples are interesting. You've got 3 blues. I don't know about this guy. This guy seems like it is maybe a little bit opaque. And then we've got 2 greens here, one that's more of a hooker's green and one that's more of a sappy green. And then we've got this kind of green gold. I would really love to add to this set like a Viridian or a phthalo green. So that is something that I have been considering. There's quite a few browns. Not sure that I'm going to keep the white in the set. But I love this set. This paint is amazing. Let me show you the piece that I painted with it. I know it's a botanical set, but for whatever reason, the day I painted, I was feeling a landscape. I painted this. You can see how vibrant the colors are. You can see how beautiful the bleeds were on this Etcher Lab cold press watercolor sketchbook. It handled beautifully. So this kind of led me into wanting this dot card, and it kind of inspired me to go ahead and get it. And it was the second most popular thing voted for in January. So that's why it's our February dot card. And yeah, so I just want to go ahead and talk to you about what inspired me to do this. And then there are 72 colors in here. So there are all of the normal colors, the dusk colors, some metallic colors, and some interference colors all in this set. So you'll see that in a minute when you see the dot card. I'm going to go ahead and swatch on the dot card. And then next to it, I'm going to do a big swatch chart on another of my Etcher Cold Press watercolor sketchbooks. And enough talking. Let's get to swatching. All right, ladies and gentlemen, take 3, and the mic's actually on this time. Yay! Look at this swatch card. Look at this swatch card. Look at this chart that I made. These colors are so vibrant. I am so impressed right now. I have always liked the few Van Gogh paints that I had. I really wanted to have more and play with them, and wow, just wow. There's so many colors that I feel like I want. There's so many things that I think I want to play with. These remind me a lot of like the De La Rowney Aquafine colors for bang for buck. I really think these are a great value for money, and I'm excited to play with them. Let's go through a few different things that I noticed when I was in the palette. First of all, I looked at all 3 whites. I'm not a big white watercolor person, but of these 3, I think the buff titanium is the one I like the best. I'm going to pull the swatch up and show you. But I really like that buff titanium. I know it's kind of like an eggshell situation, but I think I could add some really interesting stuff into watercolors with it. So I might switch out the white that's in the palette for that. I talked about wanting a cool green, and I really love this phthalo. I think it's going to be the winner. I like it better than the Viridian. And I also don't, I mean, I have this cerulean in the palette, but I may go for the phthalo blue or the Prussian blue. I'm a sucker for a good Prussian blue, but I really like both of those colors a lot, and they are a lot less opaque than this cerulean, which is generally what I like better. I also really like this turquoise color. Think it's just beautiful. So I might have to find a way to sneak that into this palette. But overall, these colors were also beautiful. This is such a pretty burnt sienna. And then the light oxide red is another color I really, really love. So yeah, the big surprise in this palette were these dusk paints. Look how granular they are. And I know I'm like such a sucker for granulating paints, but they were such a surprise. I have no idea what their MSRP is, or like if they're more expensive, but I just really think they were something else. I was not expecting them. So they're pretty cool. I might get some of those to play around with at some point in the future. The metallics and the interference paints were fine. They have a nice shine to them. They performed like I would expect. I don't think that I would go out of my way to buy them, considering I have a Paul Rubens metallic set I really like. If you have a metallic set you really like, I'm not thinking they're gonna like knock my socks off in any way, shape, or form. I have the Daniel Smith silver and gold in my one palette, and I really like those. They seem to do what I need most of the time that I'm not working with just metallic watercolors. So yeah, I really, oh, another thing, neutral wise, I think that my palette came with a black, but between the neutral tint, the Payne's Gray, and the indigo, they're all so beautiful. Probably the Payne's Gray will end up being my favorite, but I really did like it. I liked both of these dark browns as well. We got a lot of these mid-tone browns. I don't think I got a Van Dyke brown or a sepia in my palette, and those are both really beautiful. So I was really, really impressed with this dot card. I think that it's really good, and I think that you've got some decent light fastness going on here. Let's see if anybody is labeled as fugitive or not light fast. So the 3 little plus signs is at least 100 years, and the 2 plus signs is 25 to 100. I am just even looking for ones with 2. So Indian yellow has 2. Here, hold it so you can see it. Indian yellow has 2. Permanent dioxazine violet has 2. Rose has 2. Carmine has 2. Reds are that's typical. Yeah, the rest of these are all 3 pluses. That's pretty amazing. So the light, this dusk violet has 2. Yeah, but even these interference colors have +3 light fastness ratings. And you've got all of your pigment information here too. It's tiny, but if you look there, it is there. So like see PW6 and 7, PW6, PW4. It tells you what colors are made with which pigments, which is good information to have because it does tell you that they're the real deal, in my opinion. Now, considered granulating, let's see, it says there's a G. So like I know these ones have a G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those 5 have G's. I don't think I see anything else with a G. Oh, Davies Gray technically has a G. I don't see anybody else with a G. Okay, so Davies Gray has a G as well, just so you know that. Again, these read a lot like like a comparable paint to a Winsor & Newton. They're definitely better than the Cotman paints, in my opinion. Like pigment payout alone is way better than Cotman. So if these are more affordable to you than Winsor & Newton, I would go for it. Even if they're not, if you aren't a big fan of the Winsor & Newton paints, I might give these a try. But I'm really glad that I got the swatch sheet. It's going to give me a lot of information to upgrade the palette that I have to get the colors that I want so that I can use it to the best of my ability. But I really, really am glad that I invested in these Royal Talens paints. They are a company I have been after for a while, and I hope that you enjoyed this dot card journey with me. I'm going to hold my dot card here, and I will take some pictures of it and put it on the community tab so you guys can see them up close and personal. But there is the dot card, and there is my swatch sheet, I guess is what I'm calling it. And I didn't label anything on there, but it goes exactly in the order of the dot cards so that you can follow along if you wanted to. So were you guys excited to see this swatch card? And if so, what's your favorite thing about it? If you know more about these paints that I didn't mention, please say something in the comments below. And be sure to vote in the community poll that will be coming up at the end of February for what dot card we're going to do in March. I've got a bunch that we can look at. I have Da Vinci, I have Holbein, I have Winsor & Newton, and I have Daler-Rowney Aquafine. Those are the 4 I can think of off the top of my head. We could revisit Daniel Smith because I didn't really do Daniel Smith quite like this, and we definitely can look at that. So let me know in the comments below, but let me know in the community tab as well. And that's going to be it for me today. I hope this inspires you to get some paints out that you haven't thought about in a while and play with them. And let me know if you have any questions about this dot card or this information, and we will see you in the next one. Bye for now.